Alright, so I have shared two parts to growing culantro. I have shared pretty much my tips on to grow beautiful and healthy culantro leaves. I've also shared a little bit about harvesting, a little bit about growing the seeds. Now I'm going to share today how I harvest the seeds, or when is the right time to harvest it. I have let one plant grow out and produce seeds, and I'm going to get seeds from this one plant. Is it one plant? Because it looks like a lot, but one plant is going to give you quite a lot of seeds, and you only just really need one plant. So that's why I recommend having several plants, so you can get your leaves for cooking from some, and then you can also have your own seeds to plant. Now, if you do want to plant these, I recommend using potting soil. I have found that soil to be the best. You can use garden soil or anything like that, but the potting soil I find works best. I've mentioned in the first video that I feed my plants nitrogen. Well, it is nitrogen, but I think it's blood meal. And I don't do that very often, and especially if you're using a potting soil that already has all that in it, you definitely don't even probably need to add any at first. I do have quite a lot of weeds growing in here. The weeds don't really bug me too much, but they are getting a little out of hand, so I'm gonna have to get rid of some of them soon. Alright, so in the last video I talked about the flowers. So you're gonna start seeing, let me see here, because I did pick out a couple of these this morning. Let's see, there we go. You're gonna start seeing these grow out of your plant. Now I snip these because you don't want these growing unless you want seeds. And in the middle there will be that little bulb, that's where the seeds are gonna be coming from. They're gonna be green at first like that, and then they're gonna start to flower. And they're gonna get into nice white flowers, such as right here. You do not want to harvest these until these are completely and totally brown, just like it is right here. And you want them to be completely and totally dry. So even though I have some white flowers here, I may even have some green buds. Here I have some green buds on the same exact one, but I still have some ready to harvest. I have one, two, I have several, and I've already harvested seeds from this one plant. Actually, this one plant, but it has let out two of these to grow seeds. So I have a lot of seeds, and I've already harvested several seeds, pods of seeds from this one plant. So all you need to do is wait until these get completely and totally brown and dry. You don't want to do this when it's a wet day. You don't want to do it when it's raining. If you do want to keep this in a relatively dry area, you can. I haven't bothered to do that. They stay right where all my other plants stay, so it does get rainy. It does rain and it does get wet. However, it's usually fine. But when harvesting, you want to make sure that it is completely dried out. That way you can get the best, all of the seeds as best as possible. And all you're going to do is you can pick this off. My hand is wet, so we're going to pick this off, and the seeds will just fall right out. They will fall right out once you rub it in your hand like that. You can gather all of these little pods, the brown ones, and put them in a Ziploc bag, or a paper bag, actually would be better, and just let it shake it up really well. That's something you can do, but again, they just like fall right out when you just rub them between your fingers like that. And there you go. I mean, I'm always just amazed and grateful and blessed because I can get food from these plants, herbs for cooking and seasoning and all that good stuff, and then I can also get seeds to grow some more. I have sprinkled already some through the plants that I already have here. I've already gone ahead and sprinkled several, so I'm not going to sprinkle any more. I may get some other pots and just sprinkle. You just sprinkle them in it and lightly cover it. You can water it very gently with a spray bottle, or you can just lightly water it. You do not want to overwater it. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and continue harvesting these. I'm going to place these in a little bag, label it, then I know that they're seeds, and when I do have a pot and some more potting soil, I'm going to plant these. I find the potting soil works best, but of course, again, I've used garden soil, potting soil, regular soil. You could just sprinkle them in your backyard if you have great weather for these to grow. Anything else that I'm forgetting? Because usually I'm always forgetting something. What is it? Let me think. There are a lot of ways that you can do it. I just let it work how nature intended it to work by sprinkle it in the soil. Because if you do have these growing in your backyard, you probably know that they grow like weeds. The seeds will just drop off, or the wind will blow it, and they just drop and grow. So essentially, that's what I'm going to be doing. I have already sprinkled several again, and they grow really well together. Let's give it a little, just around with your hands, and that's it. So I hope this is helpful. I will link all the last 2 videos that I had on the Culantro. I think this will be the last one. I mean, we've gone through everything there really is to go through. Harvesting the seeds will be the last bit of it, and I'm just entirely grateful, thankful, and blessed that I am able to do this, able to have the leaves for cooking, the seeds for planting, there we go, perfect. So I've gone ahead and removed most of the weeds as much as I can get. I've sprinkled in a little bit more seeds because I did get some obvious room that the weeds were taking up. So I may definitely try and keep the weeds more under control. Another thing that I did want to mention, because I always forget something, is that this whole process of getting the seeds from that green bulb to the brown seeds, completely dried brown out seeds, takes about 4 months. Could take 5 months, or it takes a while. Just have some patience with these plants, because once you have them, they're hardy, they're amazing. I mean, we've had some crazy weather lately, like super dry, or tons of rain, or very cold, or very hot, and I just love them. These are my favorite plants. I mean, so just have some patience with them. Even when you plant the seeds, it takes a really long time for the seeds to germinate sometimes. So yeah, just have patience, and when you will be rewarded with that patience, because it's just an amazing herb to have. So that should be it, and I will see you guys next time.